Tyson people talk shit too. People are there's certain people that are just crazy, man.
Well, speaking of Mike Tyson, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, that like this shouldn't even because he's too old. Like I think you're crazy.
Well, they're definitely uninformed.
People talk __. To people, are there certain people that are just crazy, man? Well, speaking of Mike Tyson, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Putler, that like shouldn't even like he, because he's too old. Like I think you're crazy. Well, they're definitely uninformed. Joe Rogan is confident that Mike Tyson, with merely 70% of his physical ability, can flatline Disney kid Jake Paul in the upcoming bout a few days ago. Jake Paul released another training footage, and Joe wasted no time coming to his podcast and roasting Jake Paul with some really harsh words. Mike has no different views, but Jake isn't holding back. He is ready to __. Them both. Is it going to be a 2-for-1 now? So Jake Paul released another training footage. He was seen hitting the pads with intensity, displaying some decent form and speed. He looked focused and determined, however. While the training footage may have impressed some, it also raised eyebrows among skeptics, like Joe Rogan. Critics pointed out that pads and looking good in training doesn't necessarily translate to success in the ring, especially against a seasoned fighter like Tyson. Joe Rogan didn't hold back when he saw the latest training footage of Jake Paul preparing for his fight with Mike Tyson. The outspoken podcast host and UFC commentator took aim at Jake Paul, questioning the whole scenario with his trademark no-filter style. It's weird that we're even talking about the guy from Disney going up against Mike Tyson. And then there's this YouTube kid. Rogan remarked on his podcast, I mean, seriously, we're in some bizarre timeline. If Tyson ends up having a flashback and unloads on this YouTube dude. Rogan's comments weren't just about the unlikely matchup, they were laced with a hint of sarcasm and incredulity. Imagine Tyson in the ring, catching a glimpse of Jake Paul, throwing punches if Iron Mike taps into that beast mode for even a moment. It's going to be a wild ride, he said, chuckling at the mental image. But it wasn't all laugh and jokes. This whole trend of social media stars trying to step into the ring with legit fighters, it's like a circus out there, he continued. Jake Paul is out here thinking he's the real deal. But come on, let's not confuse YouTube views with actual fighting skills. In a video posted on social media, Jake Paul cheekily displayed side-by-side footage of himself training vigorously alongside clips of Tyson's training session. The caption read, "Believe me, Tyson's video is not in slow motion. He is actually that slow." This audacious jab at the boxing legend immediately drew attention and criticism. Many fans and experts saw it as disrespectful and out of line, considering Tyson's immense legacy in the sport. While Jake Paul's intent may have been to drum up hype and confidence for their potential matchup, the response was mixed, with some praising his boldness and others condemning the lack of respect shown towards a boxing icon. Notably, Joe Rogan never want to shy away from calling out brash statements, responded to Jake Paul's remarks on his podcast. Rogan, known for his candid commentary, didn't mince words in addressing the controversy. Look, I get that Jake's trying to hype things up, but that kind of disrespect towards Mike Tyson is just unnecessary. I respect anyone who steps into the ring, but there's a difference between being a boxer and being famous for something else, he stated bluntly. If Tyson catches Jake with one of those classic combos, it's going to be lights out, he predicted. I mean, who would have thought we'd be discussing Tyson versus a YouTuber? The world's gone mad. You know, it's amazing how some folks get so impressed by a few flashy combos on pads. Suddenly, everyone's a boxing expert because they saw Jake Paul throwing punches in a nicely edited video. I mean, seriously, people see Jake hitting those pads, and suddenly they're convinced he's the next Ali. I mean, forget years of dedication and hard work in the gym. All you need nowadays is a viral training video to become a boxing sensation. Let's not confuse a highlight reel with actual fight experience. At the end of the day, it's what happens in the ring that counts, not what looks good on social media. I don't think he's faster than me in a video. Addressing the comparison, Tyson leaned into the playful jab with his signature charisma. So this young man thinks I'm slow. Tyson began well. Let's see who's slow. When we step into the ring, Jake's got jokes. I see. Tyson chuckled. But trust me, I'll show him what speed looks like when it counts. The boxing legend didn't miss a beat in delivering his retort. Maybe I'll have to dust off some old moves and remind him who's still got it. Tyson quipped. Tyson's response showcased his ability to take the banter in stride, while hinting at the seriousness of the challenge ahead. Training videos are one thing, but let's keep it real in the ring, Tyson emphasized. Tyson, known for his raw honesty, watched the footage with a critical eye. I see this young man training hard, doing his thing. Tyson began. But let's be real, there's a difference between training and stepping into the ring with a real fighter. In an interview, Tyson emphasized his dedication to training, stating confidently that he didn't believe Jake Paul was faster than him, despite being half his age. I train every day, Tyson affirmed. This guy is going to come and try to hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's going to be greatly mistaken. Tyson's words carried the weight of his experience in the ring, dismissing any notion that Jake Paul's youth would give him an advantage. He acknowledged Jake Paul's evolution from a YouTube influencer to a serious boxer, but made it clear that he was prepared for a formidable opponent. Acknowledging Jake Paul's progress, Tyson remarked, "That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting." The former heavyweight champion acknowledged Jake Paul's dedication, but hinted at the challenges ahead. Training videos are one thing, but boxing is a whole different animal, Tyson remarked. However, Tyson didn't stop there. In classic Tyson fashion, he couldn't resist delivering a subtle jab of his own. Jake's got heart. I'll give him that, but heart alone won't save you in the ring. Tyson's comments didn't come off as mere criticism. It's good to see young fighters pushing themselves, Tyson acknowledged. But if Jake wants to step into my world, he better be ready for what's coming. In response to Jake Paul's earlier jab about his speed, Tyson's roast was delivered with a seasoned touch. Slow. Let's see who's slow when we're face to face, Tyson counted. But Tyson is not just about trash talking and roasting. He knows his opponents very well. In an interview with Fox News' Sean Hannity on April 2nd, Mike Tyson made it clear that the Jake Paul people have seen on YouTube and social media won't be the same person stepping into the ring on fight day. Despite the age difference, Tyson being 30 years older than Paul, Tyson expressed confidence, stating he doesn't believe Jake Paul is faster than him. Jake Paul's reaction to Mike Tyson's and Joe Rogan's comments was predictably bold and confident, as the YouTube-turned boxer didn't hesitate to fire back with his own brand of bravado in response to Mike Tyson's statements about him not being the same person from his YouTube days. Jake Paul didn't shy away from the challenge. Mike can say whatever he wants, but I'm not here to play games, Paul asserted in a video posted on his social media. I put in the work, and I'm ready to prove myself in the ring. Paul's response reflected his unwavering self-belief and determination. Despite the age gap, Paul made it clear that he was prepared to face Tyson. Head and age is just enough, Paul quipped. I've got the skills and the hunger to take on anyone in this game. Turning his attention to Joe Rogan's criticisms, Paul didn't hold back. Joe can talk all he wants about my training videos, but I'm the one stepping into the ring, Paul stated confidently. I'll show him and everyone else what I'm capable of. Paul didn't mince words when addressing the potential outcomes of his upcoming fights. Mike Tyson, Joe Rogan. They can underestimate me all they want, Paul asserted, but when the bell rings, they'll see who's standing tall. Jake Paul didn't hold back in mocking Mike Tyson's age and speed. Come on, let's be real here. Mike's like, what, 50-something? He's not exactly the Tyson of old. I'll dance circles around him. In that ring, Paul's remarks were met with a mix of amusement and criticism, with many questioning his audacity and taunting a boxing legend known for his ferocity and skill. Nevertheless, Paul remained undeterred, leveraging his youthful confidence to fuel anticipation for their potential matchup. Mike Tyson, please. He's an old lion, past his prime. Jake Paul remarked, I'm the new king of this jungle, And I'm ready to show him what real speed and power look like. Paul's bravado didn't stop there. In interviews and social media posts, he continued to assert his dominance over Tyson. "I'm going to dismantle him in that ring," Paul declared confidently. "Ton's not ready for someone like me, hungry, focused, and at the top of my game." Turning his attention to Joe Rand, Paul didn't shy away from challenging the popular podcaster credentials. "Rogan's a YouTube warrior, talking big behind the mic," Paul remarked dismissively. "But let's see if he's got the guts to step into the ring with me. Joe can talk all he wants. He is not about to risk his neck in the ring for his entertainment." But Paul acknowledges the split opinions about his chances against Tyson, recognizing that many see it as a close matchup. However, he firmly believes in his abilities and attributes that could tilt the odds in his favor. "To the people that don't think I'm going to win, it's like I'm younger, faster,